We appreciate your time. It looks like you got lucky and there won't be rain tonight. First, I want to talk about the depth of Seattle's defensive front. Obviously, we know Leonard Williams is on a tear right now, but it is not a one-man show over there by any means. What have you learned this week, and how do you think the Packers will handle Seattle's pass rush?
Yeah, the Packers' offensive line did not have a good start to the game against the Lions last Thursday. They were really caught off guard by a lot of Detroit's blitzes. They need to get off to a much better start today. And you make a great point. Leonard Williams is the marquee name on that defensive front, but it's so many guys that they cycle in and out just to stay fresh. When we talked to Jordan Love on Wednesday, he mentioned multiple times, unprompted, how good Seattle's defensive line is. So if the Packers want to buy Jordan Love time in the passing game, get the running game going with Josh Jacobs, they have to manage that front and everything it offers.
Yeah, and speaking of Jordan Love, he's reversed the curse when it comes to getting picked off. We've seen Christian Watson make some big catches, but Seattle likes man coverage. How do you think the Packers offense are going to get some points on the board?
Yeah, Jordan Love is not great against the blitz and not great against man coverage. So the Packers, I think the key tonight is to establish the run early. Seattle is 21st in the NFL in rushing yards allowed per game. So if they can stay ahead of the chains early, establish Josh Jacobs on the ground, then that should open some things up in the passing game. Maybe take a guy out of the back end, keep a guy in the box. And Jordan Love's pretty good at play action. So that should enable the Packers to, open things up in the passing game. But ultimately, it's up to these receivers to win their routes and the offensive line to give Jordan Love time. If that happens, then I think the Packers should have no problem putting up points tonight.
On the other side of the ball, speaking of interceptions, Xavier McKinney, it seems like he's a little overdue. We know Seattle relies on their passing game. You think tonight maybe Xavier McKinney can add to his stats?
Kelly, it's been like 2 or 3 games since he's had a pick. Overdue. No, I think that's just the expectation that's been set for him just because he has had so many. Still tied for first in the NFL with 7. Probably not going to win Defensive Player of the Year, but he might be a finalist for the award. Geno Smith has 12 interceptions this season, but he's only thrown 1 in the last 3 games. Like Jordan Love, ranks near the top of the league, but has been playing a lot cleaner football lately. The Seahawks like to try teams deep, as you heard Jeff Hafley say this week. That's a lot more opportunities for Xavier McKinney. Maybe he gets one tonight. I'm not going to make a prediction because my predictions are always wrong, but we'll see.
Yeah, I have, just like Hafley, I have high expectations for McKinney. I want to see one every game. But we know the Packers defense are dealing with some injuries. How big of a part do you think that'll play tonight?
Massive. I mean, Jair Alexander, I understand the fans are frustrated with him, and rightfully so. You got to be on the field if you're making that much money. It's out of his control. When he is healthy, he takes away half the field pretty much. And now you're going to have to play Eric Stokes, Carrington Valentine. Keyshawn Nixon's been good, but guys like Stokes and Valentine are not really meant to be starters. And then the injury to Javon Bullard, there goes your starting nickel. So the Packers are without 2 of their best 5 defensive backs against a team that ranks 2nd or 3rd in the NFL in passing yards per game. Geno Smith's 2nd in the NFL in passing yards entering this week. It's going to be a tough task for this secondary to keep up, especially after how badly they got exposed against Detroit last Thursday.
Yeah, definitely, Matt. Hey, Matt, are you a coffee drinker? Because I hear Seattle's known for their coffee.
No, I think I've had like 1 cup of coffee in my life, and it was in high school. There's actually a custom coffee bar here in the press box, but I have not visited it yet.
I'm jealous. Well, maybe it's time to have your 2nd ever cup of coffee tonight in Seattle. But thank you so much for breaking that down with us. We'll be back with more Packers coverage a little bit later.